Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video or TikTok, depending on where you see this. And today I'm going to be telling you why I am pivoting from focusing on the trading side of things on TikTok to the robot or expert advisor side, as we have come to know it. So the trading community over the last couple of years have become very messy. There's been a lot of speculation around who needs an FSP license. This is if you're in South Africa. There's been a lot of hate towards trading bots. Some of them work, some of them don't work. And just 7 years ago when I started trading, there was no such thing as ICT or all those other weird concepts. You had basic retail trading, support and resistance, all that stuff. Everything that is still applicable today. And today we obviously have supply and demand, market structure, internal, external market structure. We have ICT's fair value gaps. We have all these models and they're all being taught in different ways. And there is a lot of misinformation about the trading space. But in the same sense as there is a lot of misinformation around the trading space, there's just as much misinformation with regards to trading bots, how to use them, why they should be used, what makes them good, what are their positives, what are their negatives, and why we as the Synapse Dynamics team is pivoting away from just being traders to focusing on the robot or expert advisor side of things and what the plans are going forward. So the main thing as to why I'm shifting away more so of a trader from the trading space and focusing more on running my software company, focusing on the development of algorithms, soon incorporating machine learning and maybe even truly a one-of-one AI that we will be developing from scratch into trading robots or expert advisors is just being a trader, whether you're in South Africa, the United States, or anywhere around the world. It has a stigma. And while I have found in the US, it's a much more positive space, in South Africa, it has really become a negative space where a couple of years back, you would tell someone, hey, I'm a trader. They would be like, oh, that's interesting. Let me get into it. Whereas today it's kind of like, ooh, it's not that good. Or you tell someone, hey, I bought a trading robot, and they go, oh, no. Anyways, that's why we're here, and that's why it's going to change. Now, one of the big things that makes trading robots have an upper hand when it comes to trading is not really what you would think it is. Trading robots have the upper hand because not just of consistency, but because they beat you on a psychological level. Now, this might not really make sense to you, but if you think about it, a trading robot is programmed to focus on consistencies. Once it has consistent criteria that has been met, it opens a position, it closes a position, and it manages them according to how they were coded. Whereas humans, we always have that fourth aspect, right? Let's say you have, for example, 3 criteria, which is very low, but let's say you've got 3 criteria that you look at. Criteria 1 is met, criteria 2 is met, criteria 3 is met. Now, even as a human, you can still look at the chart and go, all my criteria is met, but I don't like this. Let me not take this trade. Now, on the one side, it is a positive, but in the long run of things, to be profitable in trading, you need consistency. And that's why I like using my trading robots to trade for myself. I myself place very few manual trades. I let my bots do it because regardless of whether there's news or whether there's whatever goes on in the world, my bots stay consistent. And yes, while I do agree, bots need constant updates. They need constant algorithm changes, not because the market's algorithm changes, but because the way you approach the market has to change from time to time. I do lean more towards the consistency side than the psychological side of things. Now, speaking about updates, I also want to touch on that quickly. There's been a thing on social media whereas if people bring out robots, expert advisors, and they give them an update every month, every 2 months, every 3 months, there seems to be the stigma around expert advisors should be coded, they should be developed, they should be sold, and then that is it. But has it ever occurred to you that whenever you have an app on your phone, you plug your phone in at night, you don't even know it happens. You wake up the next morning, oh, the app has changed. There's an update. Things run better. That does not bother you. So my question will always be to people, why does updates on expert advisors bother you? At the end of the day, it's supposed to make your thing run better, run more consistently, run smoother, and give you as a client a worry-free experience that your money or investment, as we cannot yet call it, because as we know, for investments, you need licenses. But why do updates bother you? So guys, please, if you buy a trading robot from me or a company that gives frequent updates, frequent algorithm changes, whatever it may be, see it as a positive. See it as this company still looks at the current products and they don't just focus on selling new ones the whole time. And by getting updates that you're not paying for, PS, it's illegal to sell updates as software, it's a positive. Your thing should continue running better, and with time, with updates, with improvements, as things become easier to implement, you should make more money. Your investments or your capital should grow quicker, be more consistent. So always remember that there are a lot of different perspectives when it comes to looking at these things. Now, I want to pinpoint something about my gold bot that launched recently, right? So on the back test over 2 years, I misspoke in the TikTok and said 3, but it is 2 years. It has a 100% win rate. Amazing. I have clients that have bought the bot. It has opened its first position and hit a TP of $525. Still giving it a 100% win rate. Now we currently have a trade open. It is Sunday, the 9th of February, and that trade is currently on a 0.1 lot, depending on your leverage. By me, it's about $10 in profit. Now, we'll see what it does this week, whether it hits stop loss, whether it's TP. But guys, I need you to understand some things, and that is why it's important to do research. You don't just have to watch my training videos. You can watch a whole lot of things on YouTube to get as much clarity on the things you don't understand as you can, because yes, backtests show how the bot would have done over the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Backtests do not guarantee future results, but there are things that I believe other bot creators or traders being in the bot space don't look at, such as Sharpe ratios. They don't understand quantitative investments. And one thing that was key to me when learning about Sharpe ratios was that obviously it does show how volatile that investment would be in its term. But people need to look at what happens when you run multiple products, different products from the same person together. How does that return higher yields or higher profits compared to the volatility? Does it decrease volatility over time, giving higher profits? Does it give the same amount of profits and increase the volatility? Like, there's a whole lot of things in the space that I believe people need to look at and understand before making the choices they make when it comes to buying bots, right? We are very quick to go with companies that have a lot of clients that have been here long in the industry. We are quick to look at a backtest that goes up, that has small separation or big separation between the equity and the balance line, but you don't really understand what it is. So I really urge people that whether they're buying my product or any other seller's product, whether we are in South Africa, the United States, or anywhere in the world, take a day or two, watch YouTube. Literally, you don't even need to read a book. Watch YouTube, look up investment strategies, look up Sharpe ratios, look up quantitative trading, look up quantitative investments, look up all these things, okay? Because what we are doing at Synapse Dynamics right now, and I say we, but I'm developing the stuff, but I have a team of people who I ask advice from and I get ideas from and all that, is I look at Sharpe ratios, I look at quantitative investments. Obviously, Sharpe ratios is one of the things that forms part of it, but there's a whole lot of things that I look at and I see how can I implement it into a trading robot. Now, currently we use MQL5, C++, and it doesn't have the most features, and with time we'll be incorporating Python and machine learning, and it gets a bit more complex. But these are things we look at, and I want you to make sure that when you go with a company, you go with a company that focuses on these things, right? Even if they don't, and their products are good, but you always need to think long term. Another thing is, I myself as a trader have always been a swing trader or a day trader, right? That doesn't mean I take trades every single day, but it does mean that money is being made. And a couple months back on TikTok, I asked, do you guys want more trades, less money, or more trades, more volatility and more money? Or would you like less trades, lower volatility, but make more money than you would make if you were using the other version of the bot? And 90% of the comments in that video said less trades, more money. And so phase one, which is the dynamic algorithm that all our current bots run on, obviously synthetic bots are only available in South Africa or to the derivative broker. And then gold and the next Forex bots we bring out will be internationally open. All those things run on a dynamic algorithm strategy, which is a phase 1 that I've been working on. As of middle to end of February, we will be releasing phase 2 or starting development of phase 2, which should give you as the client more trades, which I believe should put some of your hearts a bit more at rest, because I know a lot of clients want to see the bot working, but we will try and implement that in a way that it doesn't decrease the amount of money made each month, or obviously keep this in mind long term, while still keeping you, the client, happy. And then lastly, but most importantly, this isn't about gambling. This isn't about having something that makes money for you and you can just sit back and not do anything. That is the long-term goal, but as of right now, we are not there. You will still have to understand some things when you make these product choices, because when you buy a product or a trading robot or expert advisor from a person or a company, you are not just buying a product and that thing's got to run. You need to understand that from the perspective of the company, you are now building a relationship with them. And if the person or the company you buy bots from don't offer that, you need to consider that as well. Now, if you are tired of all the noise, all the drama, all the he said, she said, this and that, please make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Give me a follow on the socials. We have Synapse Dynamics and my personal Instagram, as well as the TikTok. I will be focusing a bit more on just short form content over there, but the YouTube, we will be looking at more of day in my life, what goes on behind the scenes of building this company. Maybe here and there we'll show some behind the scenes of what goes on in the algorithms I'm developing them, well, why I'm developing them, how I'm developing them. And if you just want to get more information around trading robots or expert advisors and how they can benefit you in the long run, how they can save you time, and how hopefully in the future we will be competing with banks as a company. Very dangerous, but that is the plan. Just hit us with a subscribe, hit us with a follow. Leave a comment down below from where you are watching this video in the world, and I will catch you guys in the next one. P.S. I'm not saying you should stop manual trading as of this point. Please do. But I always ask myself the question, why is it still better to manual trade? Why have traders always told people that trading robots will not make you rich and it won't make you that much money every month? There's a lot of motivation behind doing what we're doing here at Synapse Dynamics. I'll see you in the next one.